This episode of the Snare Battle features two utility snare drums, or multi-roll snare drums, that I have in my collection. And although they're both metal drums in the 5 to 5.5 inch range, they really play two different, different sets of rolls. This is the Gretsch 135th anniversary seamless shell aluminum. This is an 8-lug 5x14 drum. It has the normal Gretsch hardware. The only thing that's maybe a little bit unusual about this anniversary edition is that it has claw hooks to hold down the rims, and most modern Gretsch drums that they just have normal hoops. Over here we have the Black Swamp Multisonic, and this is a titanium shell drum, 5.5 by 14, 10 lugs, die-cast hoops. And if you're not familiar with Black Swamp, and I meet a lot of drummers who are not, these snares are normally associated with concert work, at least the Multisonic models are. And they have 5 different snare wires on the bottom, plus a very interesting, very unique throw-off. I love it, that can allow you to both adjust the tension of each individual strand of snares, plus whether or not they are engaged or not. Both of these drums are workhorses. They are both excellent quality, and I will see if I can swing them a little bit here for you, maybe play a little bit of R&B along with it, and let you get a sound sample. So as you can hear, the Gretsch is an open drum. It kind of reminds me a lot of an LM400, a Ludwig Supraphonic. You can hear, I hope in the video, the ring of the drum. And in a live situation for several different types of music, that can be a good thing. It can help it blend into the mix, maybe even get over it a little bit. It is interesting to me, even though I've tuned these heads both to 90 psi on top and the resos are at 80, they are two completely different heads. These are the heads that came on the drum stock, and this is a Remo reverse dot on the Gretsch, which seems like an unusual choice to me for an aluminum drum, especially one that's 5 inches in depth. This is a Remo Emperor on the Black Swamp, and a little bit thicker drum head, and the Black Swamp gets its flexibility, if you will, because of the snare system. When you put on all gut snares, it's a completely different sounding instrument than if you use wire snares or some combination thereof in the middle. And I remember back in the day going to a new studio, I might throw 5, even 6 snare drums in the back seat before I left to go. If it was someplace I'd never been before and I hadn't received, good information up front. And with this drum, you would only have to take maybe 2 or 3. I'm not saying it can play every role, but as you just heard, you can swing this drum, at least from a sound perspective, and you can also rock this drum, or it would make an excellent funk snare, for example. The Gretsch is very much, in my mind, like a superphonic in that it would really blend in with just about anything. I could take this to a country gig, and I've never played this drum live, just here in my studio, but I could take this to a country gig. I could play rock and roll on this drum. I could play with a cover band that did a mixture of different tunes and styles, and I'd be just fine with this snare. The engraving on it's beautiful. The Black Swamp has my favorite lugs of any drum I've ever owned. They are so graceful. They're a bridge type lug. If you can't see them in the picture, look them up online. They're just gorgeous. Both of these drums run in the $1,400 range new, here or there. And that's a pretty expensive snare drum, especially for a 5.5 or a 5-inch depth. But they are both excellent instruments, just excellent. And I have 2 Black Swamps, and they are, I reach for them often. So you can't go wrong with either drum. I appreciate everybody watching. I hope you all have the best.